This storage Tote cost me 13 euros. That's it. And the idea is simple. I want to see if I can turn a cheap plastic bin into a mini raised bed that actually works for a balcony. Because like a lot of you, I don't have a massive backyard. I'm gardening on a balcony and I'm always looking for ways to grow more food without spending a fortune. If you are in the US or the UK, you are looking for a storage tote, a plastic storage bin or a storage container. And you can find them at Walmart, Target, Home Depot, IKEA, or any discount store really. They are everywhere and they are cheap. Now this one is a 100 liters, which is actually quite big. I picked it because it was the only size they had left, but you don't need that much. For me, 100 liters will fit maybe 2 tomato plants or 1 tomato and 1 eggplant. If you are growing salads, strawberries or herbs, you can go much smaller. And I want to be upfront with you, this is a test. I've never done this exact setup before, so I'm not going to sell you this as a perfect solution. We are building it together and I will show you how it goes over the coming weeks. One thing to know, this Tote is transparent. And transparent isn't ideal in full sun. It heats up, it lets light hit the root and you can get algae. But my balcony gets morning sun until around 1 PM, so I think it's fine for my situation. If your garden gets strong afternoon sun, go for an opaque Tote, grey, black, dark blue, or just wrap the outside with some cane screening. The only upside to it being transparent is I can actually see what's happening inside. So let's start with drainage first. This is important. Instead of drilling holes in the bottom, which will mean the Tote sits in water, I'm putting the holes on the sides, about 2 to 3 centimeters from the bottom. That way, excess water can drain out, but there is still a small water reserve at the very bottom. If your Tote gets a lot of rain, make more holes, or keep an eye on it. We don't want the bottom turning into a swamp. Now filling, and this is where it gets interesting. The goal is not to buy a bag of potting soil and pour it in. That will cost more than the Tote itself. The goal is to use what we already have and fill the space smart. So in the bottom layers I'm putting pieces of wood, old roots, dry stems, and some straw if you have it. I actually found a few worms in the straw when I opened the bale, and I left them in. They will break down the organic matter at the bottom, and honestly, finding worms in your material is usually a good sign. These bottom layers are just bulk. They fill space and save money. But you can't plant your tomatoes directly in this mix, because they will starve, and the roots need a real home. The top layer now, the part where the roots are actually going to live. And it needs to be something different. Something lighter and more nutritious. Something the roots can actually draw energy from. And that's exactly what I will show you in the next video. My own homemade potting soil and how I made it from scratch. I compress the layers lightly as I go, just enough to avoid bigger pockets that will cause everything to collapse at the first watering. Then on top of my homemade mix, I added a bit of store-bought potting soil to finish filling. And I finished everything off with a layer of mulch on the surface to keep moisture in and protect the soil. Alright, the base is ready. Now I just need to decide what I'm planting in there. I will figure that out over the next few days. And now don't miss the next video. I will show you exactly how I made my own potting soil from scratch, what's in it and how to keep the cost down. And if you've already tried the storage bin as a planter, tell me in the comments, did it hold up? Or did the level drop after a few weeks? I'm reading everything. See you in the next one.